that didn't work. Okay, what do I have that is heavy? Alrighty. It's a little different here doing this at home, but it's been so long since I've done this. It would be like, it seems like I'm totally new at this. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? There's like a, there we go. Get that off. Can you guys hear me okay? Hello. Hi, you guys. I'm going to get logged in over here too so I can see what you're saying. I'm all by myself today. I'm actually in my living room. It's been we've been in a virtual trade show for 3 days, but just doing class after class after class. So hopefully you can. Okay, great. So it has been so long, I feel like, since we have chatted on video. I don't even remember when. And so I don't have a ton of stuff to show you still today. But I did just want to go live for a little bit just so that I could say hi because I missed you guys. I haven't even been in the store for most of the week. If you've stopped by, you've noticed that I let that other guy run the store this week, and he's been doing a great job. So I know he's seen a lot of you guys, and it's been keeping him busy, which hopefully has been keeping him out of organizing my stuff. But anyway, he's been doing a good job, and I have been crafting my heart out. So I actually had a virtual, I was just reading, Margot, you said check your message. I am not sure which message you mean, Margot, but so I had a virtual trade show that was all day on Monday that started, I believe it was at 7 a.m. It's all becoming a blur now. And then, so Sunday I was in the store all day kitting those Winter Hugs kits. So as soon as that blue cardstock shows up, that they'll be ready for pickup because that class is all sold out. And that's the one that I designed at the cabin with that P13 paper. And then, so Monday, yeah, that was Sunday. Monday was this all-day trade show with Spellbinders, which are the cards we see here, Altenew, and Waffle Flower. So I'm just showing you the ones that I got done, which are the Spellbinders ones, and the other ones I don't have done yet. So if I get them done, I'll show you guys. There's a lot of stuff going on. And then Tuesday, I was back at the store kitting all of the cardstock packs and getting stuff out in the mail and things like that. So because for those of you guys that are signed up for Maker Mania, we had this extra pack of cardstock, and the box showed up, so I figured I better go in and kit it. So we had 50 packs of cardstock with 15 different sheets in each pack, and so I had to kit those. It took a while. So at the end of the day, my shoulder was sore, but I wanted to make sure that everything was clearly labeled and stuff like that, because I have all the lists, and he always says he doesn't know how the lists work. So I wanted to make sure it was really easy. So for those of you guys that were doing pickups this week, there wouldn't be too much problem. So hopefully you guys were able to get it. For those of you guys that are out of towners, we got them all mailed. So hopefully, if you haven't gotten them already, they are there. I think last I checked, we only have one Maker Mania kit left. So if you have a friend that wants to do it with you, be sure they let us know ASAP, because probably won't last very long. And I do not know if we have any extra of the cardstock packs left. That would be a question for somebody who's been at the store all week. We only had 5 when I was done on Monday. No, Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we started a 3-day trade show that's all virtual. And these kits have been arriving from the vendors for a number of weeks back into December. And we made some amazing projects. So the thing is, at these trade shows, the speed with which we craft is incredible. So there aren't a lot of projects that I have completely glued together. So as I kind of finish things up that I know we're going to be getting into the store, I am going to show you guys those on videos. But I wanted to just quickly stop in and say hi and show you the couple of things that we have done and do kind of a demo of sort of this cool new thing that's coming out from Waffle Flower, because I think it is kind of cool. So anyways, let's take a look at Elizabeth, Brooklyn 8-1 conversation heart. That's funny. Crystal, you said, are there extra? And extra of what is the question? Maybe you're talking about Maker Mania kits, and maybe you are talking about cardstock kits, or maybe you're talking about something completely different. So anyways, that's where I am. That's kind of how that rolls. Now, Spellbinders, we got all of their cards done from the Monday class. It is now Friday. So, because they do pretty good prep. So some of the others, you had to run and find inks. And do you guys remember this bag of inks? I know, Elizabeth, close your eyes. This bag of inks that I showed you guys out at the cabin for how he packed my inks. Well, I have not since unpacked them. And it did seem that most of my inking classes I ended up doing at the store. So it was a little bit, I had to run around and try and find some alternatives. But I want to show you guys what these ones are, because these are some of the new releases from Spellbinders. And I want to show you my most favorite. This one is gorgeous. So this is a Slimline Die, and it's in this kaleidoscope. They've had a couple of kaleidoscopes. Now, Donna did a class, I think, with, I think it was the triangle one. So the kaleidoscopes, there is quite a bit of cutting involved in these, but it is so worth it. So my lighting isn't as great as at the store, but look at that. So the middle layer of this one is actually this beautiful shiny gold paper, and then we've just got a little floral cluster. But this particular die isn't that amazing. This one is, I did make sure to have some prices for you guys too. So if you want me to order them, I'm fairly certain that all the dies for the cards that we've done for these trade shows are going to sell out relatively quickly, just because all of us stores have samples now, right? So if this is a die you want, this one is $24.99. It's called the Moroccan Slimline, I think, or something like that. But let me just kind of tell you how the kaleidoscope works. So there are 3 dies here, and they're separate. So when you cut this die, these white panels down here with the little bit of detail, those are just solid white. So actually, if you wanted to change this, you could say leave the middle one off if you didn't want to cut as many, and you could stamp your sentiment right there too, right? So what you do then is they're varying degrees of detail. So this is going to be your bottom one, this is going to be your middle one, and that's going to be your top one. So lots of details, and I love how beautiful this little pattern is in the back. So this one was one of my favorites. Now, I also want to show you guys this die. So this die here, it looks like, you know, just a general floral. However, we used it on 4 of the 5 samples that I have to show you. So this little floral die, the little mini blooms die, is $10.99. So it's a really great price. Now, the thing with these dies is, I'm going to zoom in here. Hopefully I can get this without the packaging being totally glary. Those details right there, they are not embossed details. They're cut details. So all of the details in these leaves here, those are all blade level, not embossing level. edges. So it is going to give you really, really good detail on your florals. You see that? Isn't that beautiful? So, and this one is so simple. It's just gold, right? And then just a couple of those little centers with a matte gold. It's so pretty. And these, you'll see these little gold gems a lot. We have those in the store right now. I think a number of you guys picked them up because I think somebody marked them down because he didn't know we were going to be using them on all the sample cards. So if you picked them up at the sale price, that's pretty good. And then I wanted to show you, so with that kaleidoscope one too, you could do a simple card, right? This also uses that blooms, and I'm just making sure it's focusing on this one, but this is just one cut of that emblem that is the kaleidoscope. I think it is gorgeous. So, you can also make different cards at a different level. Okay. Okay, so those are those two. Now, let me show you this one. So this one, again, uses this beautiful floral. And then they came out with this alphabet. Now, Tim Holtz just came out with a stretch upper and a stretch lower. They are significantly bigger than this. This is a very skinny alphabet. And they call it the Simply Perfect alphabet. What's nice is it does fit pretty well. It's a big sentiment, but the letters are relatively skinny. So this is what it looks like when it's cut 2 times, and then we just have it stacked. So, and again, you'll see that mini blooms on there. This alphabet, if you are a collector of alphabets, and I know a lot of you guys are, because it seems like, you know, different cards have different spaces for different alphabets. So it's always good to have a number of different alphabets on hand, especially if you're making cards. So this one is $24.99, and they cut really, really well. So in this class, they gave us all the little pieces of cardstock, but we had to do all of our die cutting. So it did take me a little while afterwards to finish it. Okay, this one. Now this die does not look like anything interesting, okay? But I am so crazy about this die. Now, I don't have this die because I think, although I'm not sure, Donna borrowed it. So you might see this one in an upcoming class. So I don't have this one to show you, but it is called Color Slices. And what it is it's these big kind of off-center long triangle pieces, and you get 2 in there, and they're 2 different sizes. And you just cut it in a range of colors, or you can do sort of a monotone thing if you wanted to do shades of blue or something like that. And then you just alternate the size, and it creates the most beautiful backgrounds. I am crazy about this one, but I like things that fit together really well, kind of, you know, a little mathematical. So, and then it's just a vellum circle and a stamp set, which I do have the stamp set, but you know, if I knew where it was, that would be quite the surprise, actually. I wonder what I did with it. Because there was a couple of actually really nice stamp sets. Hold on one second. I wonder if I've moved them into something else. I did not see them in my packets. Okay, so this color one, the Color Slices, it is a $21.99 die, and the thing that's great about these is you actually can cut both dies at the same time. They fit on your machine, so you will be able to, oh, there we go, found them. You'll be able to make quick work of this die cutting. This was not one of the ones that took the long time. All of those flowers took a long time, but okay. Really love this one. And then for the roses fans, this is a new die. I don't have this one with me either, but I want to give you guys some insight on this one. So this one comes with a beautiful rosette. Now, you might have to look a little close because I do actually have this layered twice. So there's the top one, but basically this doily kind of goes like this. The detail is amazing. Now, then we have a rose, we have a bud, and we have a flower. And so with this particular die, there is a detail layer, and then the detail layer doesn't cut the exterior, if I recall correctly. That way your exterior die is separate, and it can cut the piece that goes behind. These are called stained glass dies. Really easy. All I did and ended up doing for this one was a smush technique, and then you do some die cutting, and it comes together really, really easy. So, what is that one? It's called rondeur. I don't know. I don't even know what that word is. Rondeur? I wrote it down, but I guess I just wrote, I don't know. Anyways, that one is $24.99. Really, really pretty. And then they came out with a couple of stamp sets that we used. And you'll see this thank you. And the with love is on this one. The thank you is on that one, and the thanks is on this one. So this is an essential sentiment set, and it says, from all of us, just a note, thank you, with love, heartfelt sympathy, grateful for you, feel better soon, birthday wishes. Oh, that one is really a pretty one. That one actually is on here. Hello, friend, happy birthday, sending thanks, thinking of you. So what's nice about this set, which I did not get a price on. Actually, I can though. Just one second. Hold on. I'm just going to do this on the fly here, because I think this is a really good set actually, because it covers a little bit of everything and the sizes are all over the place. We were just talking about that with the alphabet, that having those different sizes is really, really helpful. So let me see what kind of prices we're looking at here. Oops. $14.99 on that one. So pretty standard. Now I have to get back to Facebook. Okay. Alrighty. So that one is the essential sentiments. There's also another one. We didn't use, well, I didn't make the card for this one. This one is just a little tiny one. Kind of a birthday one, but like a birthday one, it is supposed to go with a cupcake card that I did not end up making. Kind of just because I ran out of time. These classes, I'm telling you, they go so fast. And even though the presenters are like die cutting with us, I swear they have like magical powers because they go so fast. So this one here is, it was for this die set, and so I just didn't get to this one, but it's a cute card, and it's got this little it's almost like a cupcake pocket, and so the cupcake will come out, but they do have a stamp set that goes with it. So if you like, some people make cupcakes and they make cookies, so I think this could be a really good stamp set. This one's called Sugar Coated Sentiments because it says sending cookies and hugs, right? It says you're sweet, make a wish, celebrate, life is sweet, enjoy the treat. That's so cute for when you give somebody baked goods, right? I think you guys might want to know the price on this one too, because I think especially for bakers, I thought I was prepared today, as prepared as I could be, but we're just going to do some of this on the fly. But if you do baking and give baking away, this might be a stamp set. I haven't seen one quite like this. So this is a slightly smaller one. It's $12.99. Sweet thanks. And then you've got your happy birthday and have a delicious day. I think I read them all. Yeah. Okay. So that is Spellbinders. And let me go back. Does anybody have any questions? So now, just so you guys know, and I think it's fairly clear based on what we talked about earlier, none of these are in stock, okay? I think all the Spellbinder ones are shipping soon, but that's all I know. I haven't gotten fully organized. Usually, like when I come back from the trade show, you know, I usually go away for a week and go to the trade show. It takes me about a week to 2 weeks to get kind of organized and ready for preview night. So doing it kind of in the middle of the trade show season isn't normally how I do it, which is why I don't have all the answers. But, you know, it's kind of fun to see stuff as we go along. And I've missed talking to you guys. You know, it's been like such a flurry of frantic crafting here that I feel like it's just been crazy. So it's really nice to get to talk to you guys. Okay, so now I want to show you then, this was also from Monday's. No, wait, this I did this morning. Oh, yeah, I did this morning. I didn't get it mounted on a card, but this is kind of a new thing from Waffle Flower, and I actually, I'm going to grab some white cardstock because I want to show you guys how easy this is. Let me come back to that in a second then. I just have one other thing I want to show you. Okay, so these are new foam squares. This is just a sample of them, but I believe they come on a roll. So there's going to be a roll of 100 of these, and we're going to do them for, there'll be a white roll and a black roll. They're not a super thick, super thin. They're a nice, good, sort of average height, but where's a piece of scrap paper? Oh, wait, I bet I have something in the garbage. Oh, well, that is junk. Okay, so, wait a minute, that's not what I want to use. Hold on. Well, wait a minute. Why don't I just go get the the cardstock I was going to use? Hold on, guys. And a paper trimmer. Well, I might have to just, oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so these are 1/2-inch circles, and oops, that's not what I meant to do. What's nice about them is they have this release tab. So I know from a lot of you guys, we really like those 3L ones because, well, in black, you can see when the top is still on. But these are really nice because they have this little pull tab, which means they will easily come off the backing, and then you'll just put it down. And when you're ready to take these off, you actually have, you know, you have this little grip piece, which is pretty awesome. And it just comes right off. And they are sticky, as we would hope they are since they're a foam tape. So anyways, they just arrived, my samples. I'm kind of excited about these because, boy, that little tab makes it really, really easy. So we are going to do these kind of as an intro offer for the foam circles. You're going to get 100 black and 100 white. Make that opposite, 100 black, 100 white. And it is going to be $7. So pretty good price on those. And I think they'll be really great. You won't have to use your pokey tool to get it back off. So, all right, now I want to show you this next thing. If you guys could see my living room right now, it's filled with project boxes. I'm going to have to try and get this at least vaguely cleaned up before the Yahoo comes home. Because I probably should have been in my craft room, but I haven't had time to even clean it to get to the table. So, all right. Oh, well, there we go. It's very sticky. It's not coming off. All right. Now, I want to show you guys how this works because this is really, really cool. So this is a layering stamp and stencil set from Waffle Flower. Okay, so, and it does come with a matching, there is a matching die available, which was used to actually cut this out. But let me open this up so you can see, because I think we're going to start seeing more of these. At least I know I've seen a few of these from Waffle Flower. They're coming out with some really, really interesting stencils, some of which I can't show you guys yet, which is really, really hard. So, the stencil, when it comes, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's labeled A, B, C, D, E here. And is the stamp labeled? No. So I don't know why they're labeled. But let me grab my stamp platform here because I want to kind of show you how this is going to work. Okay. So I'm going to put this in my stamp positioner. I do think that it's probably a good idea to use your stamp positioner for these while you're kind of getting used to, you know, sort of used to things. But so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to demo this for you because I think it's really cool. So if you guys want to hang out for a little while, I am going to go through how this works because I think it's neat. Okay. So first off, we're going to stamp the bottom of this guy. So that's going to be the bucket and the flowers. Okay. Let me flip this around. Okay. And my craft lighting is a little strange in here, but all right. Let me dig into this bag of random inks and see what we got. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab this one here. This morning I used a Memento ink pad because that was literally what was sitting on my table and it worked pretty well. So oh, that stamped really good. First time. Okay, let me hit this with the heat tool, assuming I can untangle it from the ground. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this because if I'm going to use regular inks, regular distress inks, because that's what I have. But if you wanted to color this with oxide inks, then you absolutely could do that. And if you leave your, can you guys see? If you leave your stamp on the stamp positioner, you can just come back and you can stamp right over the top to get a crisp black line. So I am not going to probably need to restamp, but I do need to clean that stamp. I'm a little limited in the space that is right here next to me, so. Now we may not use exactly the same colors that we used earlier today just because it's going to depend on what I can find relatively quickly in my bag. But I'm going to put this right here so you guys can see. And I don't know if I have any tape. Yeah, I didn't really plan to do this. Well, I'll just use the tape that's on my stencil. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to color the leaves first, and I'm actually going to leave those other pieces in there because then I don't have to mask anything off except for the bottom, I think. So this is going to line up perfect. You know, sometimes these, it depends on what the look is for a particular stamp company and their project, but this one, the stencil perfectly lines up with those lines. Sometimes they go out of the, you know, out of the lines if they're going for more of a watercolor look or it's a little bit off center, but not this one. This one looks pretty good. So the colors that I used on the project actually were Mowed Lawn and Pine Needles, but I don't know if we're going to find those in this pile anytime soon. So let's see what we've got. None of the first pile that I grabbed. Elizabeth, are you just like groaning because, oh, there's pine needles. I'm not going to be able to find anything efficiently. Like nothing. Antique linen, I could probably use that in a pinch. And I need something bright in the green realm. Humble glass will do. But the foliage really does need to be green. And I bet you either, so they used, what did I say, mowed lawn? I think that's what I said, right? Yeah, I don't know if that's in here. That would be nice if it was, but it's going to be the very last ink that I find, actually. Oh, but I do need brush corduroy. It's like watching paint dry to watch somebody try to find their inks, isn't it? Oy, oy, oy. Oh, but look, I have 2 antique linens. That's not helpful. It's not even a color I need, and I've got 2 of it. All right, I am probably going to make something up then, because I don't know that that color is in here. Any bright green will work. But there's a couple of reds, actually, that I'm looking for in the meantime, because the technique for the red was pretty cool. So I may have to, oh, I do need abandoned coral. And might be able to do it with picked raspberry. Not sure, but we'll try. Oh, there's broken china. Still don't have I still don't have the green. So I'm gonna call an audible, and we're gonna use Shabby Shutters just because I can find that one. So, okay. Nothing. So I'm just going to, where did that other piece of scratch paper go? I'm going to make sure that I don't have a weird color on my brush, like, you know, we have talked about. That'll do. So all we have to do for this one is we're going to ink this. And we're going to ink the whole leaf, okay? All right. Now, we're going to come in with some pine needles. And a lot of the stuff that I was doing today, if you had detail brushes, you know, these are great because they're color families. But if you have those detail brushes, like from Picket Fence, those also come in really handy. So right now I'm going to use pine needles, and I'm just going to go on the one side, and all this is going to do is give me a little bit of depth to my foliage. Now, you could color this with Copics or something like that, but the awesome thing about these stencils is you are perfectly colored in your lines, and you didn't have to do anything. I'm going to hold this up because it is, I mean, how easy is that? The hardest part, quite literally, was finding the ink colors, right? So awesome. Okay, so that's it for the foliage. All that looking for those greens, just for that. And now I'm going to take this guy. So this is actually, this part of the stencil here is for doing that rose part. But this guy, they made fantastic use of this stencil. The inner part is for doing this, what is it, a bucket, a box, a pot, something, a pot. Okay, so now I'm going to line this up, and it's going to mask all the stuff that we just did. Okay. Now, with this one, though, you definitely want to make sure that you have some of these extra areas masked. Down here doesn't matter because I'm going to cut it out. However, if you were not getting the extra set of dies and you just wanted to be able to do this right onto your background, you would definitely want to mask this because you don't want any overspray. Okay, so I only really am concerned with that space right there. And that just has to do with because I'm going to use this space for the top part. not for anything else, okay? So, did I pull out that antique linen? You heard me talk about it twice, right? Now I probably can't find it. Oh, nope, there's one. Nope, that's blue. All right. Every time I can't find it, I'm thinking of you, Elizabeth. All right, so let me check my brown here and see that I don't have anything offending color-wise. Okay, so my original one is done in tea dye. This one's going to get done in antique linen. Super, super easy. Now, I'm just going to take this. This is where if you had a detail brush, it would be really helpful. If you don't, no big deal. Also, those little Ranger skinny sticks, those detail blending tools from Ranger would be handy here too, but doesn't make a huge difference. So I'm just going to put a little bit of darker brown on the bottom. I had detail brushes when I did it at the store, so we're going to see a little bit different of effect today, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of darker detail right around there, okay? Just like that. All right, and that's it for the pot. Like, it's pretty awesome because this goes so fast. Okay, so there we go. Now, because I would be cutting this out, I don't have to worry about this, but definitely if you were going to be using this as a card front, as we said, you would want to mask that. Now, I don't have my die cut machine out here, so this is just sort of a partial demo on how this is going to work. But I am going to take this out and show you because, and then we'll do the top part. So this seems a little bit strange, right? It's got this very specific spot here. And then when you look at the die for this, it doesn't have a top. So when it goes to line this up, it's going to cut it out beautifully, okay? But it isn't going to cut out the top. So what you're going to just do once you get this cut like this is you're just going to snip, and I'm going to show you the back side so you can see what happened. So this cut in right here was from when I die cut the heart, but I just cut right across here because what this does is it gives me some extra white here to attach my heart. Because if this cut all the way down here, we would have just two pieces and there wouldn't really be any way to attach them. So this is by design left like that. And it just leaves this opening for the bow so that you know exactly where to put it. You might be able to stencil directly on there if you wanted to, but it's really easy to do it like that. So let's keep rolling. All right, now I'm trying not to lose all my bits here because I don't have a lot of space. And I am gonna need, my colors are gonna be definitely different than they were for this project. So let me tell you what colors I had for this one, just so you can kind of see what this effect is, because it's really pretty. So for this particular one, I had abandoned coral, barn door, and fired brick. So the abandoned coral is the background of the top of the heart. And then I believe it was barn door, which we stenciled to the bottom. So you actually have a bit of a gradation. And I think you guys can see that on the video. And then when we stamped it, okay, so we had barn door on the bottom. Barn door is the one I couldn't find in my bag of stuff. So that's why I can't do it exactly like that. But we're gonna try something a little bit different. So then when we stamped, we took the dark color that was stenciled down here as the stamp color for the top, and then we added in fired brick. So you even have a little bit of a variation in your stamp color. It just gives the rose much more interest, okay? So let's do that part. Alrighty. Am I on camera? I think you guys can see pretty well, right? Okay. All right. So the only see, See this little tiny piece right down here? That's going to be for the ribbon later. So I just want to put that there and make sure that I don't muck it up. And I only have 3 pieces of tape to work with, which is not ideal, but you know, that's what we got today. Okay, and I'm going to try and use this 3rd piece to make sure that I don't move this stencil. All right, so let me grab my red brush. I'm going to test it to see what colors I have on here. Doesn't even look like red. All right, so the colors I have to work with are Picked Raspberry, Abandoned Coral, and Fired Brick. So we're going to go with, let's go with Picked Raspberry down to Abandoned Coral, and we'll see how that blend works. I think it'll be pretty. That looks like it has Picked Raspberry in it. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to start sort of light because I can always add more color. And first off, I want just kind of a nice base, okay? And I want this to be not two-toned. I want it really to be like a variegation, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down farther than I might normally with the pink, just to try and get these colors to blend pretty well. Okay, now I'm going to switch to that Abandoned Coral, and I'm going to go from the bottom to the top. And then I'm going to just punch in a little bit more color because I want this guy to be vibrant. Okay, look at how pretty that is. Doesn't look like much right now, but I think we're good with that. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to take that off, and you have a, you know, a shape. Not that exciting, but we're getting there. Okay, so before I move too far into the next one, what I'm going to do, because I'm stamping with Distress ink, you really could pick any of your favorite inks to stamp with. And as a general rule, I don't particularly love stamping with Distress inks, but it's what I've got in front of me right now. So that's what we're going to do. And actually, surprisingly enough, that's what we used. Oh God, did I just set this on a baby wipe? I'm going to have to actually make another one. Well, look, luckily I am. What a dodo. I just gave it a boo-boo. Darn it. Ugh. Okay. But it was stamped with Distress ink, but I did have to go through it a few times. So let me grab my heat tool. Okay, so while we're waiting for this, I'm going to move my masks out of the way so I don't flub those up. Now the stamp and stencil combo, hold on, I did write this down. It's on a different page of notes because I thought you guys might be interested in it. The stamp and stencil come together, okay, and that is $22. And then the matching die is $16. However, as a bundle, the bundle price is only $36. So you do save a couple dollars when you get the stamp, stencil, and the die. But I think this actually has a lot of possibilities because you really could use this rose heart for quite a few things in different colors. Wouldn't that make a beautiful wedding card or a baby card? I mean, I think there's a lot of possibilities. Just in reds and pinks, it kind of seems, you know, Valentine's-y, but I think there really are a lot of possibilities with that. Okay, hopefully that's good and dry. All right, so now let me clean up my mess just a wee bit here, since I've already ruined my one sample that I did today. Good job, Brooke. Okay. So now I'm going to grab this stamp. And these stamps are really nice. This is the only part of this that I found to be a little bit of a challenge. Okay. So I should probably put that one away. You want to put this in place so where you know it's going to stay. Now I'm going to stand for this. Can you guys see that okay? Okay. So as I'm lining this up, it really has a lot of flexibility as to how this is going to fit. But what you want is you really just want none of the stamped image to be outside that stencil image. That's all. So it's pretty easy, just like that. Okay. We're going to pick it up. All right. Might as well use another one. I've got it. Okay, so we're going to try stamping with fired brick. And then I had aged mahogany sitting around here somewhere if I need to switch to a darker color. Let's see. We'll know soon enough. But honestly, it took me a few tries. Oh, I don't think this pad's very juicy. Well, let's keep going. Oh, there we go. It's coming. It's coming. I'm going to switch. For the sake of being quicker than this, I'm going to switch to a pad that might have more juice in it. Because I want you guys to be able to see this, but I want you to be able to see it like today, not in 3 years. So, but no, I swear. All right, I'm going to try Crackling Campfire. This might be a weird color to use on here. But look at how much better that shows up on the stamp. Can you see that? I think my fire brick might be in need. Oh, although then I did just find my... Okay. See if this does it. Ah, there we go. Now it's coming together. All right. Hang on 1 second. I have this problem at the store too. Give myself a flat surface, that'll probably help. I just need it right in the middle. There we go. Okay. Okay. Probably because I wasn't as quick as I was this morning. But, so there we go. I think this table might be warped too, but look at how beautiful that is. And with the reds, before I mucked it up, but look at the detail on that. This one actually is a much better version of this one. I might not have dried it enough. But you get a lot of really good detail. But it's that easy. So that's all there is to it. I think we'll see a number of different things kind of in line with that. And I just wanted to show you guys a quick how-to. Do you guys want to see how to do the ribbon real quick too? That one's really easy, but there's just one little trick to it. I'm thinking you guys are going to say yes. So I'm going to just do the ribbon. I need my blue brushes, my blue brush. And okay. So for this one, I actually, oh wait, there we go. I have the colors that I need. All right, and for my stencil, ideally, I think I would clean this off. Do I have any paper towels around here? Who is running this show? I'm telling you guys, this is not, it's like all wet. All right, well, we're gonna go with it because we got what we got right now. And I have that extra piece of paper, that dot on it. So because I'm gonna cut out that ribbon, I'm just going to use this piece that I set aside that's now all sticky with that dot. Okay, and I'm not going to worry about masking this because I'm just going to cut it out. Okay, so first off, I'm going to put tumbled glass, which apparently also needs re-inking. And it's picking up a little bit of that green, but that's all right. Because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, which is cleaning these. Okay, so that's my light color. Now for just a touch of interest, I'm going to add a second color. So when you're stenciling, you'll notice in the foliage we added a second color, in the pot we added a second color, in the rose we added a second color. You can get away with one color in a lot of these, but when you add that second color, that's when you get that really cool detail. So it just gives you a little bit more dimension, right? So we're going to just add in a little bit of broken china on the edge. Okay. Now, if you have a detail brush, then you would take it. I don't have one, so I don't know that this is going to work, but you would take it and you'd put some broken china right here in the middle. Not a lot, just a little bit. So, I don't know if this is showing up on the camera, but I'm going to bring it up so you can see. So we've got the darkened edges and we've got just a wee bit right there in the middle. See? Now, the reason we are only putting a little bit in is because we've got this tiny, tiny piece right here. And this piece is going to go perfectly right there. Now, one thing to note is that this guy is visible. So I am going to make sure with my extra pieces of tape that I have lying around that I don't muck this guy up. And now I'm going to take my broken china and I'm going to do this one really dark because that's my center knot. Okay. Oh, I stuck it to that foam dot. What a dodo. Oh, see, I'm all over the place. And then we have our bow. So the other thing with this one, and you know, we didn't do this in the class, but I vote we try it. Okay, there are two different stamps in here for a bow. One is to color in the bow if you didn't want to use a stencil, but the other one is the outline for the bow. Now, they had us just do the stenciling on this bow because it kind of matched the watercolor of the bouquet. But let's say you wanted this bow for something else. I mean, this bow is going to be really, really useful for a whole bunch of projects. So let's see if we can get this guy to work. Okay, probably dry that so that I don't smear my inks. Oh, Elizabeth, you're welcome. It actually is a really good technique because even with simple stencils, you get a lot of detail just by using that second color. All right, so for the sake of it showing up, I'm going to just use black. And I'm going to put my stamp away. All right, magnets. Okay. Let me Move this up so you guys can actually see it. All right, so I'm going to make sure that this guy is tucked. I'm going to see if I can get this off. Otherwise, I could have a whole different problem on my hands. And I'm going to put another magnet on because I got him. Okay, so let's line this guy up. Again, I got to stand to do this to get the best view. And I haven't seen what this one looks like, so I don't know how perfectly aligned they are, or if it's an inside stamp, but I think we're gonna find out together. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty nice. I don't think I had it perfectly lined up, but that's, I'll show you here. Really delicate line. And then you cut this one out with the die, that would be beautiful. Okay, so I will show you guys what this looks like. You're just gonna have to imagine them all die cut because we have the sample already done and my machine is in the other room. So, okay, so we have that pretty much as done as I think we are going to do today. If I didn't finish this, if I do get it finished in on a card, I'll show you the finished card when I get done. So this particular stamp set, it says "You are loved," which I think is a great sentiment for any season. It says "For you" and "Just for you." So it's got some nice sentiments on it, but I really think that with the stencil is a super, super cool and fun concept. Okay, so let's do a quick review of what we covered, because actually we covered quite a bit today. I thought we were only going to go, it's already 5 o'clock. Here I said I was just going to be quick. Didn't I say that? Did you guys all hear me say that? Because I feel like I said that. All right, so we've got the stamp and the stencil, and the stamp and the stencil for the rose bouquet is $22. If you want the matching die, I would probably just bundle them, because why wouldn't you? The bundle together is going to be $36 for the rose bouquet bundle. Now, the other things that we covered are these actually pretty awesome little foam dots. And so you get 100 of each color for $7 with these easy peel tabs on the top, which I think are really, really great, especially if you've got hands with grip issues. So there's that one. And then, let's see. Hold on, there is a pile of stuff here to show you guys. I just don't want to put it right in the mess. I have a big mess. Okay. So this one was the happy birthday. No, it was the sugar-coated sentiments. It went with this cupcake one, but I didn't make that card. So that one's a really cool set if you like to give baked goods. That one was $12.99 for the sugar-coated sentiments. The essential sentiments has basically a little bit of everything. And I think I said that one was $14.99 earlier. And these, by the way, they do stamp really quite well. They're made in the US. This is the set that we used on most of the cards. And then this die set is Sweet Rondeur, which is just going to make me laugh. I'm going to have to go look up what that means because I don't know what it means. Sweet Rondeur, and that was $24.99 and includes this beautiful emblem in the back and these stained glass roses, the rose, the bud, and the leaves, which has the removable outer die so that you can also die cut the back piece, which I actually really love it when the dies do that because it makes it so easy to have an outline over the top of something. I love it when they do that. And then this one is one that I'm really excited about called Color Slices. And it's $21.99. And actually, just so you know, the slices are about this big. So you do have a lot of room to make cards of different sizes. You can't necessarily tell because it's an A2 card here, but they really are quite sizable. But they do fit on your standard Big Shot plates. So that was Color Slices. And then we have this one, which was the Simply Perfect Alphabet, which you will see here on that Hugs card. So it's got, I don't know how tall they are. I don't think it says that on the package. It is yay tall. So I would say maybe like 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, something like that. And the alphabet is $24.99. One thing we didn't talk about is this is a new embossing folder, and I really don't know if you guys can see that because I think I forgot to tell you about this one earlier. So this makes a really nice background. Maybe, you know, the sample they have on the front, actually, it's hard to see what the embossing folder is. So can you guys see that at all on camera? No. Okay. Well, maybe you can see it on the card sample. But this embossing folder, if you like floral embossing folders, this one's only $5.99. So it's a pretty good price on that one. And I don't think I showed you that one on the beginning. I'm trying to tilt it so that the light, oh, there we go. That gives you a pretty good view of it right there. Okay. And so this one here is the Moroccan Slimline. And that's the one that does this beautiful card. That's $24.99. And then these mini blooms, which is $10.99. Okay, I think that is a pretty adequate recap. I felt like I hadn't gotten much done, but then again, we we talked for an hour today, so it was great to see you guys. So anyways, thanks for joining me. As I get a few more projects done, I will pop on and show you guys them so that you can see some of the cool new stuff that's coming. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful Friday night. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye. Oh, that would be me. No, it won't finish.